Alright, probably long overdue here. We have video number 9. It's been just about 3 months, I'd say, since my last video, and I'd really hoped that, this whole thing would be done by now. And obviously, if that was the case, you would have got a lot more videos in between then and now. But unfortunately, in the last 3 months, I've been away from home on work for probably about half that time. The time I was home, we actually had a lot of our holidays. Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year, as well as my daughter's first birthday was in that time as well. So I just really haven't had a lot of time to be out here, just working in general, let alone taking any kind of videos or anything. I guess I can walk around here while I'm chatting, but I guess that's really it. That's, just enough of my excuses, I guess, but that's really the reason we are where we are. I'm basically at the point now where I'm starting to take everything back down or apart again to get it off to powder coat and kind of just doing the final detail stuff. So I just want to do this quick video. I'll kind of just go through what I've done. I'm sure since the last video, I'm sure there's going to be things I'll miss and everything. But I'll try to go through as much as possible. The front scoop that you can see here, some final welding does need to be done on this grill portion on the exterior, but for the most part, the bottom and most of it's all been welded in and smoothed out for the most part. There's some finishing that needs to be done on that. This was a completely redesign. I completely remade this. You can probably see the old one over there, which was much wider. I just think that this came out a lot better. It's much cleaner in there once it's blacked out. It'll just be a nice little accent, I think. And really fill in that space. Anyway, moving up, the controls I ended up switching out. Same idea as what I had on there. These ones are just a little bit, beefier, a little bit stronger. So I had to do some slight modification to shorten these down on both sides, and a little bit of modification to the clutch side to make all that work correctly in there. Nothing major. Again, these are reproduction Harley parts. The controls are, at least. They're the other ones I was using were actually for Triumph setups. These ones are just a little bit beefier, but that's basically as you see it. There'll be a cable coming off here, and then the clutch cable going in here. So that'll be that's all the wiring or anything that'll be up there. The tank, I don't even know. Let me go back over here. It's been so long. This is probably the first time I've even seen it with the bars on the bike. So, maybe there's the handlebars. They're basically just like a 1-inch rise and a 1-inch back down. Just have it's basically a drag bar with just a little slight bend to it. The internal throttle, I think that was already set up. So that's basically how the bars will be. I ended up going with this tank. You can see these tanks typically, I think I did go over this, but these tanks sit real low. And so I did like a filler. I filled in this portion and then redid the brackets here, so virtually just looks like it's supposed to be that way, but it does lift that tank up a couple inches, or about 1.5 inches, let's say, 1 to 2 inches. The exhaust, basically finished up. You can see, just kind of decided to do a little bit of a higher pipe on this one. I wanted them to be equal length, I figure for performance reasons, but we'll see if there really is a big difference. But I did want them equal length, so that's the reason I did it this way. You can see the rear pipe's got some bend to it. Just some exhaust tips here. These will all be wrapped. I'm actually gonna, I'll probably just paint them with like that high temp, 2000 degree paint or whatever. And then wrap them, or I don't see really the point of jet coating them and then wrapping them. So more than likely I'll just do the paint and then wrap them, and then we'll leave the tips exposed. So that'll be that. For the exhaust, the seat, this has all been foamed now. I foamed it all and everything, so it's going to be, but basically I did the seat. You can see it's kind of an arched seat pan to get over the battery that sits in there. Just did some round bar around the edge to reinforce it, and then sheeted in. I actually did a whole kind of, I'm really not going to be able to see. Maybe I'll try to drop some pictures if I have a couple. But this whole back portion here was all round bar, just kind of shaping it out, and then sheeted in, and then I foamed over it. The back portion here, let's see if I can get a hand off of here. is foam to about this point or so in the rear, and then this is all just sheet with a real thin layer. This is just going to be a buffer, for the leather, just so it's not leather on metal. The foam itself I actually used from an old seat that I had, just a stock Harley seat that was actually given to me from the owner of the night train, the original owner, that his dog had eaten up. So I just cut some layers out of that, and that's what I did for the foam. I had a real hard time finding, this real high density seat foam. Not that I looked far and wide, but I had a hard time finding anything fairly local here. So that was what I did. It does look a bit big right here. Shazam, video magic. Yeah, I'm really sorry about that. I realized, after starting, the video I did before this video about, which was going to be the next video, that the last video, or the one that you're watching right now, I guess, just completely cut out. I don't know if I hit the button or what. There's actually probably a good 5 more minutes to that I was just obviously talking to myself. So, I believe I just left off at this point then, talking about the seat, and I think I just said it may appear a little large. Basically, I was just going to say that it's all done in the foam. This is all going to be, we'll actually all sit down a bit more, probably about a half an inch less all around here. And then when it's all done in the black, I think it's really going to blend in well. The lines are really nice on it, which I like against the fender in the rear, and against, with the lines coming down here. So anyway, I don't even think I got around to this whole side of the bike. So basically the fenders, I'll just kind of show the fender, the bungs were welded, up into the fender here. And then the struts, you can see that the bungs were welded to the bottom of the strut here, the rounded bung with the threaded through the backside, and then the recessed bung on the fender side of that. I cut some reliefs in the side here rather than just cutting out this whole bottom portion for the belt. It's a pretty narrow tire and a narrow fender, obviously, so I don't even know that it was 100% necessary to do that, but just for the safety of the belt and the bike overall, I did do the little reliefs in there. But I think when it's all behind, that's technically behind the frame area, really, so it just appears that the fender goes all the way through. Obviously redid and had the welding all redone on the rear bracket as well. The electrical box, which is in here. I still got some, obviously like detail stuff I still need to get done. Before it all goes off. That's actually here. So you got here's the mounting hole and the hole in the top for the starter, 2 holes in the side for switches, a run stop and a high-low beam more than likely. It's just the headlights sitting there. But anyway, I'll just I'll take a look at the next video. These probably get posted right away, obviously, since I didn't get a chance to post this particular video till now. You'll probably have a new video, so take a look at that.